Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to examine a way to set up collaborative projects with Google Workspace and Canvas. So let's get started. I've already created the assignment that we're going to use in this module, and it's at the very bottom. It's called the Group Slideshow Project 2. Let's click on that so we can edit it. And then we'll click the Edit pencil. Perfect. Okay. Now that we're here, what we're going to do is focus on this rich content editor because we're going to be sharing our Google Slides, because we'll just say this is a collaborative Google Slides project. And we're going to be pasting links into the rich content editor for students to find. So I've created the slideshow for my first group already. And one thing that's really important to do is to change the sharing permissions by clicking the golden button, if it's Google Slides, in the top right corner. It's different colors in other Google products. And change the permissions so that anyone in the group can edit. And if you haven't done that before, there's going to be a blue link at the bottom, and then you make sure that it's anyone in the district can edit this link. Then you just say done. So now we need to find that URL by copying the link, and we can come back to our assignment, and we can just paste that URL there, but it's not beautiful. That's not a beautiful thing. So instead of doing that, let's call it group 1. And then we can highlight it and use the link tool and an external link, and then paste that link in so that we've hyperlinked the text. And that'll look a whole lot better than that big long URL. Now, let's say we have more than one group. We can come back to our slideshow template here, and we can make a copy. So File, make a copy, entire presentation. And instead of calling it copy of group 1, just call it group 2. And we would repeat this process, of course. Now, one thing to note is that when you do make a copy, you're going to see that those sharing permissions have changed. So let's click on this link and then say share with Edmonds School District. And what's going to be important here is we don't want them just viewing this. We want to make everyone an editor. And then we'll say done. And now we can copy the link, come back to this, and we'll put now group 2, and we can create a link. And we could do this for as many groups as we need to be working on this project together. Done. Perfect. Now we'd finish this out, but let's scroll down and we're going to put in whatever point value we want, whatever we need here, whatever assignment group you want it in. We could even not do points and we could do complete, incomplete, or something, totally up to you. Submission type, we're going to have it be an online submission, and we want it text entry. And I'll show why in just a bit. You can decide how many attempts you want. Now it seems logical, like we would click this, that it's a group assignment, but in this case we actually don't want to do that. It just behaves differently, and you're not able to as easily share out the Google Docs in a group assignment. So let's leave that out for now. And then we're going to go ahead and just assign this to everyone, and we tell the students which group they're in so they know which link to click. And then we can save and publish. So that's how we're going to set this up. But I want to take you back to my modules now, because we already did one of these earlier where a student has submitted their slide presentation. And I want to show you what that looks like as soon as we can get this to load. There we go. So let's scroll to the bottom and find the original group slideshow project so I can show you what that submission looks like. So let's take a look at our speed grader and see who's turned this in so far. So I actually tried this in 2 different ways, but let's look at the Google Slides way, since that's what this video is all about. And we see that this slideshow has been submitted, and we can see it in SpeedGrader, but we can't interact with it right now. But watch this. If I click on this Google Slides icon or logo down in the bottom right corner, it will open up the slides presentation, and I would have full access to see what the group's done. So we see it here. And we would be able to see any changes that the group made to their slideshow, and I would actually have the slideshow that I would be able to combine slides into one big slide presentation or whatever I wanted to do with these students' work. So that's how, from the teacher's end, we can set up these collaborative Google projects. The next part of this video is going to show you what it looks like from the student side. Okay, let's look and see how the student would submit these projects on their end. So first of all, they would need to navigate to the assignment. Once the assignment loads, they would click which group they were in. Here, they can do any edits that they want. And remember, the kids all have access to these slideshows, so they can be working on it together. Waiting slowly for it to load here, but as soon as it does, we can demonstrate by typing. How are you? Okay, now if that's done, they're going to want to go back to the Canvas assignment, and they're actually going to be embedding it into the rich content editor. So let's click the Google Drive or Google Apps icon. And the easiest way to find these files, I think, is to actually search for the name. So let's search for group 2, since that's what we just worked with. There it is. We can click on it, that'll highlight it, then scroll down and click Embed. Perfect. Now, once that's embedded, we can just simply click Submit Assignment. And then the teacher would be able to access that in SpeedGrader and click on the icon as I demonstrated earlier in the video in order to view the progress. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.